Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to PCM22 Classics Puncher, and this is episode 30, Tour de Romandie. We are in for the points classification for this six-stage race, but four of the stages are regular stages, while you have two time trials, prologue and a regular time trial a little bit later on. So to get in for that points classification, I'm going to have to be in some breakaways. Unfortunately, today I started right at the back. Right at the very, very back of the peloton. And even using sneak, by the time I got to the front, three riders were already well off the front of the race. And unfortunately, any attempt to break away at that point was hotly contested by the peloton. They were not interested in me getting away in the slightest. So we're going to have to use Bowden right now to go really hard. We have three riders in that break, and our second intermediate sprint point that I was hoping to be contesting was unavailable. And those front three have come back together, but unfortunately they've also opened up a little bit more of a gap than before. So I think we're going to have to really settle for just the sprint finish and get the highest placing we can, manage to get. I think where we really want to make our move is that final little climb and then descent and then the last little hill on the way towards the finish. Not a lot of intermediate sprint points available, but it's a decent amount. You win each of those, it's going to add up to 18 over the course of the stage, and you get 25 at the finish. So first or second is more than you would get there, but 18 would be more than third. So it's pretty good, especially if you do that each stage. Not today, obviously, and has not come back together yet, as Bowden is leading that group and nobody's catching up to him. But Bowden out of energy now, and that group sits up finally. 100 riders with 50k left to go here, and we do have protection, so we're okay. But I'm gonna have to wait for this descent to really get that recovery we need. Bowden brought back now. Reichenbach's gone out the back, or not. Breakaway's been caught, so those guys will not pick up additional points, which is good. But I'm not worried about that 6 points on the final one. The end of the stage is much more interesting than what you're going to get there. A lot of fatigue in the legs, but I'm hanging in there as we go over the top, and I'll recover on the descent. We've got one more similar climb to get through, and I won't be fully recovered here, but pretty dang close. Should be enough to get through that next climb, as long as some contenders don't go crazy and split the field up big time. So a couple teams decide to make it tough halfway through, and we're going to have to start putting in that effort to stay put, otherwise we will get split off. Situation's getting worse here. We're going to have to push even harder. Right at the top. That acceleration, and that was a good thing we did. We were very much at the back end here. Short descent, enough to get some recovery in and recover position. One rider off front. Like I said, the sprint point is not what I'm after. I've got three teammates left around me. Dubé is with me. Where is Vacalin and Viermos? Right there, that's good. And then Viermos, where are you at? Oh, nice. Let's get Viermos to follow. Let's get Vacalin, and then I will try to recover my position here slowly. Okay, you got a few guys that went after that, and that's good because they'll have wasted a small amount of energy anyway. Back into that ideal position. Now this is where I would want to push, but I do not have enough left in the tank to do so. So I'm going to have to just kind of sit on through here. is you do get a small group going away as we get over the top, and I was out of energy on that one. Totally out of energy, but we are still in contact. 7k to go, and I have recovered slightly. Let's go ahead and change the order on this now. Use my gel now. Let's just hope I get enough of a cushion to stay behind these guys. As another group rides away again, and we're having to wait for them to kind of get up over the top, as I'm just not a strong enough climber. And Guillermo's nearly destroys me on that little climb, and I am going to fade. I am going to fade. Yep. It's not happening. 4k to go. Try to set up Dubay to steal points from others, really, as 9 guys did get off the front, but non-sprinters at least. Dubay, we'll see what he can do with this sprint. He's going to win that sprint, isn't he? We're not going to see it, but I think Dubay takes 10th behind the 9 who broke away. The 9 non-sprinters, which is good. Which is good. The sprinters don't collect the points today. Neither do I, for that matter, as I very much ran out of energy before the finish. The undulation, bit too much. I need some mountain points so bad. I've been looking for what, 8 straight level ups, 7 straight level ups, looking for a good climbing increase to no avail. I might have to take whatever I can get on the next one, even if it's only a point or two. You know, from a 65, we should easily get 3 to 4 points leveling up climber, especially with the amount of potential we have. But I guess the amount of potential we have is still only mid-70s, so 2 points. 2 points would be enough for me. We keep getting 1 or 0 over and over again, as if we've already reached our limit. Just one sprint stage in this one, and we do have a sprint objective here, finish in the top 10. I've got the team just in place now, ready for the sprint train. I'm still at the head of it at the moment, but we will get them going and active here in a moment. 1.4k from the sprint point. Let's not bother with that, as no need. We will focus on the stage. We have 0 points in the points classification right now anyway, so if we can maybe win a stage, then we can start thinking about that. And I think 15.5k downhill, probably a good time to get pushing. So we're gonna bump ourselves to the back of this, and Dubay is gonna follow Reichenbach, and Reichenbach is 94. Sure. -3 for him. He won't last too long. 96 now. Bring forward. 97. Team is well placed. I'm at full strength, so 99 from here on out. 13k to go. Slightly downhill, so yeah, let's see what Reichenbach can do here for the next few kilometers. You can see he's barely out front because of that flat rating. It's just not great. So Dubay will take over here in a moment, especially as we get into the flat. That's slightly uphill for a moment. Used up whatever he had left. We'll get him onto the back to try to break toe. And we'll also make sure he peels out of the way properly. Dubay trying to bring us back forward here. And that's pretty sad when somebody's going 99 and can't even get to the front. Can't hold a position on the front. Dubay gets us inside 8k, and we're definitely going faster now with these guys. I have Dubay drop back in front of me. Reichenbach's just weak and going to struggle to keep up. 7.7k. Final little uphill section, very brief. 1.7 is the max we saw through there, and we're inside 6 kilometers. We have another descent coming. Guillermo's not quite as good on the flat, actually, as Vacalin. Got those guys probably backwards in order. 4k. Get myself a little bit closer down the line. As Vachler peels off 136. Let's check in. How close is everybody else? A couple teams trying to come up now. 3.2, not much of a sprinter, and we could start sprinting at 3K with Fiermos, so we might as well get the max speed out of these guys. Ackerman's definitely got some pace, so for Ackerman, we want to wait till the last moment. We're at 1.1. I don't have a ton of energy, but we've definitely got ourselves a top 10 going now. I got held up by Bowden momentarily. 600 meters though, and very well positioned for the top 10. Oh, sneaky. Damar. So sneaky from Damar there. Oh, he had me fooled. Hanging out there on the signboards on the left-hand side, but second place is excellent for, you know, somebody who is not quite a sprinter. I'll take that, and that's definitely worth some points. Easily that top 10, so the team should be pretty happy with that result. Ackerman gets 5th as well. He's a better sprinter than I am. I don't know why they're riding for me than him, but, you know, hey. Now that I'm 5th place in the points classification, the team is back in. I've got a maybe chance at an intermediate sprint here in a little bit, as we have a 4-man break that's less than a minute ahead. And we've got our sprint train set up for the finish of this race. It's a punchy finish, and I've definitely got a chance on this one. And we've got a peloton already down to 63 riders. We're going to get Ackerman in place here as well. And where do we want? Ackerman's going to go second. So Reichenbach is going to get things moving. I want to be actually near the front on this early stage of this. So that we can go like second over the line for the sprint point and pick up, you know, 4 points if possible, but not sprinting, not contending, because you go straight into a Cat 2 right after that, even if it's short. And so Reichenbach just trying to ease our way forward. We're down to 61 riders, and whoever was the front, Moscon was the leader of this race, just crashed, and we're seeing the split field yo-yo a lot, but still 45 seconds to the front four. We might not even catch him. But Reichenbach, time to speed up now. 57 left. Looks like Moscon is not going to get back on, so the race is on from here. It's not like he's got some big GC lead, and it's a Grand Tour. It's 20K to go on a punchy stage. Not sure we're going to catch those guys. I don't think we are. So at this point, ease off slightly. They've already gone through. We just lost Ackerman and Dubé. What the heck? Why? And Reichenbach, Ackerman, and Dubé have all just been lost. I suddenly have 2 riders. Oh, that is incredibly lame. The intermediate sprint is where I had the team control. Now they're going to focus on the stage, and I'm not the guy. Let's get Bowden in place here and get to the back of our little 3-man train. Use them to lead through this climb and set me up for the finishing portion of this one. This is taking its toll on me, trying to follow.
15 kilometers remaining.
Already most of the way up the climb, 2.5K to go for Bowden. Breakaway's been caught, 52 riders left. Group's getting smaller and smaller. Red bar's hurting for me, but the yellow bar is staying okay, which means we will be fine to contend the end. That red bar will recover. And as we get over the top, we'll start working on trying to get our position improved a little bit. 12K to go. Ackerman protecting Reichenbach. And Dubé on his own, maybe also working for them. Down to 50 riders now. Got him back up into position. Inside 10K to go. We've got to wait a little bit since I only have 2 lead out guys. Let's see, what is that finishing? Oh, it's steep. It's steep, so we really don't want to go on the attack until just before the peak of this hill, and then we want to be at the front. So let them do their acceleration and Bowden just try to hold position as he's getting held up by Stuyven. Stuyven very much in the way, and now things are changed. Here's Dubé. Dubé try to get in position as Reichenbach got dropped. He had nothing left in the tank, and so that gave us one more guy at our disposal, which means we can start pushing a little bit harder. 40 left in the front, 37. Group getting smaller and smaller. I don't know if this is quite suited to me getting a great finish or anything like that, but I think it's absolutely well suited to getting a high finish, maybe a top 5 type scenario, as there's some elite guys here. But we've gotten to the front. Yes, we have. And we've got a 3-man lead out. Okay, Bowden's done, so let's get to Bay pushing. And let's get Bowden to drop. And it's already 1.3K. Sprint. 600 meters. So sprint. 500 meters. 400 meters. 200 meters. I might not even overtake Viermo's, but waiting till late. We're looking good for that top 5. Probably a podium. Vanderpool has claimed win. I'm ahead of Viermo's. Mohoric gets second. Podium. Second of this race. Second in 2 stages. Viermo's takes 4th as well. Van Aert is 7th. McNulty's 10th. Vanderpool, world champion, is 13th. Final stage that matters, and it's not looking like what I was hoping it might be, and here's why. First off, stage 6 is a time trial, so there's no chance of gaining points there. So for this one, I'm all the way up to 3rd place on 36 points. There's 25 available at the end of the stage, but it's enough of a climb that we are not going to be around for it, especially with a -4 race day condition. Just not happening for me when it needs to. So right now we've got a breakaway of 4 with 4 more off the front. I'm curious as to who it is, because what we have here is Vader's willing to work because he's got 1 point in the KOM. He's looking for the stage. But then we have Damar in the green jersey, and he is the points leader on... Oh, he's not even the points leader. He's on 42 points, trying to take it. He's borrowing the jersey from the overall race leader, while Postelberger is 6th on 28 points, but he's the KOM leader. So both of them are really here to defend against me, which means I have one rider to ride alongside me, and that's it. Fisher Black behind us, he's not a threat for anything. On the front, he's not a threat. That's 2 of the riders that are behind us. Let's see, Tusveld, not a threat, and Barta, not a threat. So actually, for me, the hope is that those guys actually catch up to us. So let's really start backing off here. As Dubé goes clear, that's not a good thing for us, as more guys off the front is dangerous. But if 6 of us are willing to work, the downside for me is that Damar is going to collect as many, if not more, points than I do. He's obviously a better sprinter. So for me, the best I can really hope for is 2nd in the points classification at this stage. And that's that worrying thing. But we are over 2 minutes ahead, so I do expect that, at some point here, we'll kind of set up, take our foot off the gas, and be able to ride on. There you go. 8 riders now together, riding as one, and just as I predicted, 6 are willing to go for it. We have the gap we need. We don't need to worry about the final climb. I will not contend it, especially with a -4. All we need to worry about is trying to get max points, pick up the 12 available, or more realistically, the 6 we can possibly get, as Damar is likely to take the majority of those points. And even if he doesn't, we're not going to gain on him significantly, but maybe we can get ourselves in a 2nd place. That's all we could hope for at this point, but unfortunately, pace is crazy high, and we are not recovering much at all. Now seen as a non-contributor, we're going to have to go for this 2.8k, even though we have very little energy. It's the only point of being here. So there we go. Start the sprint. We get out front, and we've got it. Okay, we got 6 points. So that puts us 3 behind DeMar, 13 behind Vanderpool. But we're a little bit more clear of the chasers. It's not over yet. And they're still riding on even with me sitting on the back. So good. Let's use that to our advantage and recover, especially with this descent. Most are interested in the stage, so they are willing to contribute even though it's only a 2-minute gap. 18k to the next one. Let's go ahead and get water before it's too late. Minute 30 to the chasers. Group's still working, so we're okay sitting on. These two can sit on, so can I, right? Minute 16. Minute 10. 7k to go to the sprint point. Gap down to a minute. It'll hold. It'll hold for 5k. 3.5k to go. 6 more points. Could do it unless he also gets the 3. We'd be tied. 2.5k to go. 2.3k to go, and he's riding forward. Is he suddenly contributing? No. No, he is not. I'm not the only one sprinting here. Do we go over the top first? We do, and we're ahead of DeMar. We're ahead of DeMar. We're into second place, at least, for the points classification with just a 50-second advantage, and now just sitting on trying to conserve energy. Maybe we could recover a little bit and still contend at the finish. I doubt it, but you never know. We definitely have a better chance than DeMar does. Well, no, not with the -4 race day condition, we don't. Easing off. Allowing myself to be swept up by the peloton, knowing that they are coming. Just riding my pace for now. 10k to go. Sepkus on the attack there. 10k to go. Yeah, this is too long, too steep, too hard of a climb for a poor climber like myself, especially with those -2s. Almost cross board that -5 stamina resistance. Ackerman here to protect, but I'm about to get dropped. Still 6k to go.
5 kilometers remaining.
And officially out the back, 89 riders contending. Let's see if we hang on to that second place. And there you go, confirmation of second place in the points classification. One stage yet to go, so I'm going to have to go complete that. But as it's just a time trial, it's not going to be a big deal. It's not a win in the points, and I have no chance of winning the time trial. Vanderpool does. So, you know, you look at that one and go, hey, we're not moving up the order at all on the final stage. But second place should be secure here. I don't think anybody just behind us is going to be a threat, and therefore we've got that. So that's going to be worth some points. Really happy about that one. We'll see how much it adds up to, or at least I will see how much it adds up to. But that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.